First home buyer scheme and some of the things to be aware of. Recently, or on the 1st of October, the government had increased its first home buyer scheme for first home buyers where they're wanting to buy a property and only put a 5% deposit down where they do not need to pay lender's mortgage insurance. It's a great incentive, but there's a few things that people need to be aware of when entering into such a scheme. Whilst lender's mortgage insurance could potentially be waived for purchasing properties up to $1.5 million in Sydney, one of the things that you need to take into consideration is that what will your stamp duty cost be? We've recently had some people that have read the policy incorrect and thought they only need to pay a 5% deposit down and didn't take in consideration stamp duty. So for example, these guys were buying property worth $1 million. They came to us and said, yeah, we've got $50,000 in savings. And then when I started talking to them about what their stamp duty requirements were, they were shocked because they weren't aware of this. So it's just something that you need to be aware of when purchasing. On the flip side of that, if you've got, say for example, you have 20% of savings and you want to apply for this 5% scheme, some of the banks won't allow you to do this. They actually want to take majority of your funds. In this circumstance and another circumstance, we had a client who wanted to purchase a property for, say, $1 million. They had 20% deposit. However, their intentions were to get married and utilize a lot of those funds for their wedding and also utilize a lot of those funds to furnish their homes. So the reality is at the end of it, they probably could only afford to allocate, say, 5% deposit down for the property plus stamp duty. So some of the lenders were saying, no, we actually want to take majority of these funds. There is one or two lenders that if you explain this well enough from the beginning, they will accept you having that amount of funds in your bank account. So there is just a few things to be wary of when applying under this scheme, just to make sure you're prepared for, because the last thing we want is for you to be spending more money than what you think you need to.